Social media site X is once again in news. Twitter could go bankrupt. This according to a BBC report. Now, BBC is citing, of course, the revenue that Twitter has generated in FY22 versus FY23, $4 billion at some point, barely come down to $1.9 billion. And Elon Musk is to blame, or at least his nonchalant ways of tweeting, writing stuff on Twitter that has not gone down, with a lot of advertisers calling it anti-Semitic, calling it, opposed to pro-Nazi, opposed to the ethos of a lot of these companies who are not advertising on Twitter anymore.
So look at the names of advertisers who have ditched X. Walmart being the latest. Before that, we saw Apple. We've seen IBM. We've seen big brands ditching Twitter, ditching X as a platform to advertise on. Why? Because Media Matters of America had reported that, and this is not directly focused at Elon Musk, but on the platform itself. The platform being a source of spreading disinformation, no fact-checking, no verification of tweets, pro-Nazi content going viral, anti-Semitism going viral on the platform, and advertisements placed next to pro-Nazi posts, advertising placed next to anti-Semitism posts. So this entire sort of cultural, social wrath that Elon Musk has attracted on himself and on his platform X has now come to a point that advertisers are fleeing. Now, what did Elon Musk really do? He bought Twitter at a time when Twitter's ad revenue, and that was about 90% of the revenue, ad revenue alone was about $4 billion per year. He paid 11 times that money, $44 billion. 11x of revenue is actually pretty much unheard of. He paid 11x of revenue, not 11x of profits, not 4x of revenue, 11x of revenue as the value of a company, and bought it for $44 billion. That has come down to a trickle now. Revenue is down, ad revenue is down about 60% already, and we still have about 1 month to go. Now, what did he also do last year? As soon as he acquired X, he delisted it from the markets. So now there is no way for you to actually look at the financials of Twitter and see where is the revenue coming in, if at all it is. So even this 1.9 billion is actually just a projection. It's a likelihood that there is perhaps about a 57 to 60% cut in advertising on the platform, and hence ad revenue would be down to about $1.9 billion. And then on 1st of December, Elon Musk in a conference in New York pretty much used the B word. Along with first using the F word, he also against advertisers, including IBM and those who, and Disney, Bob Iger specifically, Bob Iger, and he actually told him that, go explicit yourself. And thereafter, he used the B word in another conference, saying that perhaps we could look at bankruptcy, and Twitter could look at bankruptcy. And if Twitter goes into bankruptcy, he's saying the advertisers are to blame. It is not Elon Musk to blame. It is not the algorithm of the platform to blame. It is the advertisers who have stopped advertising. And these are the exact two examples he had used, that when he had taken over Twitter, that if Apple finds it conducive to advertise on X, and if Disney finds it conducive to advertise on X, that means they are finding value in the platform. Well, unfortunately, now they are not. So he has used the bankruptcy word. He has said that perhaps the company could be staring at bankruptcy, and if that does happen, it is advertisers to blame.
He has apologized for his
his own comments. But the algorithm of Twitter also apparently is pushing advertising in posts which are going viral on account of pro-Nazi or anti-Semitism content. And he has, in fact, while he has apologized, he's also sort of distanced himself, saying that actually that was never the intention and that is not what he wrote. At the same time, he has also sued Media Matters, who had come out with this initial report with finding that there is advertising linked to pro-Nazi, anti-Semitic content. So he has said that, and he's filed a suit against Media Matters as well. So overall, Twitter not in a comfortable position. Even if you were to look at some hypothesis, Shweta, the blue tick $8 reduced hasn't taken off, reduced to $1 a month, hasn't taken off. So even if it does take off, you're looking at what, on an average, about even if subscribers were to pay $1 a month, you're looking at $12 per annum per subscriber. Even if advertisers were to opt for the blue tick $8 plan, you're looking at about $100 per subscriber. So $100, how many subscribers are actually going to pay for it?
Absolutely.
1 million? 10 million? Even at 10 million, you are actually looking at just about 1 billion of revenues, $1 billion
And
of
10 billion
revenues.
is a very exaggerated
It's
number.
a very high number, right? So, but I'm saying even on the upside, it was going to be 1 billion odd people paying $100 or 10 billion people paying $100. It is nowhere close to the 4 billion in advertising that Twitter used to command on at one point of time.
It's not coming back to 4 billion at any point of time. Despite all the revolutionary tactics of Elon Musk, it hasn't really paid off at Twitter, and Twitter could be looking at bankruptcy. Well, that is, of course, according to Elon Musk himself. Whether that will happen or not, well, time will tell.